Hi, it's me again, Antonio. I'm back for another video where I will answer another question where many sellers or even buyers should ask when considering hiring a realtor. I will highlight 5 main questions I would ask, and I will go through it all in this video. In many surveys and reports when it comes to placing your property for sale, often the sellers will want to interview a few realtors because they feel like they will be paying a fair amount of commission and would like to go with one that is suitable for the job. This is understandable, but when it comes to buying a house, the reports show that it's always the first realtor, whether it's someone like a friend or family recommended them, they just either meet them on the open house or they show the property and go with it. You really didn't do a good job to interview them whether they are the right realtor for you. Well, in this video, it's kind of helping you to ask the right questions when it comes to hiring a real estate agent, either for buying and selling. And yes, you should interview 1 or 2 realtors, but I'm not here to say don't hire the first realtor you meet. If he satisfies all the answers you are seeking for, by all means. Before we deep dive to the first question that you should ask, please help me out by liking the video and considering subscribing to the channel. And if you find this video helpful, please share the video. It really does a long way for us. And let's get to it. The first question that you should really ask when you first interview the realtor: are you a full-time or a part-time realtor? This is in fact one of the most important questions you should ask. The minute you ask, look for the body language and see how confident they tell you whether they work full-time or part-time. If they kind of hesitate to tell you that they are in there for full-time, you should be paying attention why this is important. Imagine if they are part-time, or imagine they have a full-time job elsewhere. If let's say they are in an office environment or other situation where they can't answer your call during the office hours, or even the right buyer looking to get some answer for the property you are listing, you see, all this could create problem. In addition, you could also question their commitment and so on. Well, I'm not here to knock on realtors that were looking for a part-time job and get some extra cash, but if they can't provide the attention that you are looking for, it is time to look for another option. Another situation that it could happen when, let's say, you get a day off and ready to look for a house during the day or sometime before 4 p.m. And since they are working, they could not do that. You could still be fine if you are just looking for a property where it can fit your schedule. But what if you are into escrow for a property to close, some urgent issue during the inspection, and much more? If the boss is looking behind him, they just can't get back to you. So bottom line, if you are looking for fast response time, you may be better luck with a full-time dedicated realtor. Now on to the next question you should ask: how well you communicate. This means how a realtor handle the communication during the process of buying or selling. When you call him, does he return your call hours, days later? Is he a good communicator? I could tell you this from speaking with many clients' experience. There are plenty of realtors that do not respond in a timely manner. It is a habit or behavior that these realtors are not primarily on. If let's say you are busy, I'm sure there is a moment where the realtor could send a message to acknowledge that they received the message and could reply later. However, this simple action could tell how a realtor handles the communication, and sometimes this is frustrating when you encounter one. There are times that my business partner recommended to put that in our business card just to make sure we tell clients that we respond quickly and fast. In addition to communication, it is a good idea to ask the realtor what form of communication they prefer. Is it a phone call, text, or email that is preferred? With all this cleared out in the beginning, it could do you wonder, and it would be so much smoother in the later stage of the transaction. And if possible, if you are the type that wants to be informed every step, especially in the escrow stage, when you could also establish the communication in the very beginning. A good realtor will probably be established that in the very beginning and let you know how they work throughout. Now, the third question that you should ask the realtor: how well do you know the market? This is very important. Agent needs to know the area where you're looking to buy or you're going to be selling. And if they don't, they shouldn't be taking you on or take you as a client. If let's say you come to me and you wanted to buy in Barrie or wanted to invest in Windsor, I won't or should take you on when I don't have the knowledge in those areas. One thing that I could do is to refer someone that is specialized in that area, but if that agent is promising you like everything, this is a sign to back off. Just throwing off some tips how the MLS system works. There is a different boards for a realtor to sign up for the MLS. I could tell you most agents will only sign up one of the board to work regularly. And just as an example, the TREB, which means the Toronto Real Estate Board. With this access are limited to most of the GTA area of Toronto only. If something came up in, let's say, Hamilton or the western part, there is another board that you need to sign up for. You could collaborate with friends realtor that is from another board, but the job would be relying on someone else. The point is the realtor needs to be knowledgeable in their area and can over-promise for elsewhere that they are not expert in. Sometimes I see people hire realtor to sell their home outside of their home area that really don't know the market that well, and they tend to not price the home correctly because they don't understand the market. So another question, make sure they know the market very well. This is the fourth question you should ask. Why should I hire you? One of the most typical questions you could ask, but certainly is an important question. However, pay attention to that response and reaction to that question. To answer that question, many agents will try to impress you and describe how great they are, how they love to help people and how great is their company and maybe sold like 100 houses a year and so on. While that may be a great answer, rather focus on how they talk about the experiences they had in the past and how they help the client either buy or sell. Instead of focusing on his own or company accomplishments, you should tell if he is passionate about his job in day-to-day life, helping or communicating with the clients. All in all, this is a good question to explore an agent personality and the way they work throughout the entire process. This is a perfect way to see if the agent fits the character you are looking for. And on to the last question you should ask, how they handle the negotiations. So there are three main negotiations you do in a real estate purchase: the initial offer, inspection of the house, and lastly, the appraisal. Let's talk about the initial listing price. We all know the listing price could be different from actual agreed price. Often, this requires a negotiation to go along with that. I'm not talking about just putting an offer on a house or getting an offer presented to someone buying your house. Instead, I'm talking how they're going to handle when, let's say, multiple offer situation, and you need to negotiate the terms where the clients want. The inspection is usually the second main negotiation you will go through in a real estate purchase. A good experienced realtor could help you spot major deficiencies that may or may not be a factor of the price, but finally is the appraisal value, meaning if the appraisal comes at value, then you are buying the house or property that is what it's worth. There is nothing to negotiate, but if the price comes under value, this is where the negotiation starts. Maybe it's a trend or someone that likes to add extra goodwill where they think the property is just undervalued. You see, if the realtor starts to talk to you about the past client's experiences, going through examples of negotiation that they made before, then at this point you could possibly consider the realtor based on their experiences. If let's say they are reluctant to talk about it, simply ask something like how you would handle when the bidding war situation, or how would you handle when the AC is not working during the inspection, or why is the price so high based on the past sales. Really dig deep to those three main questions and find out how they would handle, and a good realtor will have experienced all those situations and should be able to elaborate on those points. Through that, hopefully you could again kind of sense how this realtor could help you navigate all the negotiations. Realtors are fantastic. When things are going well, they seem to be on top of the world. A good realtor, on the other hand, knows how to navigate the bumps on the path. Not only that, but the negatives are turned into positives. Now, next time when you are looking to hire a realtor, don't forget to ask these 5 questions and spend some time interviewing them. It is definitely worth it. If you like the video so far, please give a like, considering subscribing to the channel, and share the video. Hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.